Devastation in a quiet San Diego neighborhood. Early this morning, a small private plane crashed down into a military community, killing at least 2 people on board. We're told at least 8 others were injured because of the crash, which forced the evacuation of the surrounding neighborhoods. Carter Evans is there.
Homes were crushed and cars on fire after a small private jet slammed into the San Diego neighborhood housing military families just before 4 this morning.
With the jet fuel going down the street and everything on fire all at once, it was pretty horrific to see.
San Diego fire officials say the Cessna 550 went down in extremely foggy weather near the Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport.
There are multiple homes, upwards of 10 homes that are affected. Also, when it hit the street, as the jet fuel went down, it took out every single car that was on both sides of the street on fire.
It actually came this way across the street, hit the ground right behind me, and kind of skidded down the street here. And apparently it lost a lot of fuel, a lot of jet fuel. In fact, it still smells like jet fuel around here.
We have close to 100 people that have been displaced.
Police and fire officials went door to door evacuating residents.
Instantly, my mind went to, I have to get my family out of here. And whatever's going on, like my car, her car, everything that's inside the house, that's irrelevant. Just make sure everybody's safe.
The fire department says the plane could hold as many as 10 people, but it's not yet known how many were on board.
All the fatalities right now look to be that they're from the plane. No one was transported from the scene. So we don't have anybody that was transported off the scene, which is great news for us on this one.
Authorities believe the plane clipped a power transmission line before it hit the ground. The FAA and NTSB are now leading the investigation. Carter Evans, CBS News, San Diego.
Here at home, a sad development in a story we told you about yesterday. A woman who was critically injured after she was hit by multiple cars on Nimitz Highway is now dead. It happened Tuesday night near the airport and Elliott Street. She was first hit while walking outside a crosswalk and then again when she was lying in the roadway. This is now the 30th death on Oahu's roads this year, a large spike from the 12 at this point in 2024. Well, serial road rage suspect Nathaniel Radamak appeared virtually in court this morning. He pleaded not guilty to unauthorized entry into a motor vehicle and 2 counts of assault for allegedly attacking a woman and her mother in Kaka'ako. Now, the 38-year-old has been recovering after he was allegedly assaulted by his fellow inmates while in Halava prison last week. Today's hearing was supposed to happen last week, but was postponed while Radamak was hospitalized. A disturbing video of a young woman with special needs being attacked in Wahiawa has angered the community and led to the arrest of 4 teenagers. Dylan Acheta has the details, including an apology from a parent.
Family members of some of the girls involved and arrested in connection with this assault made their way to the Wahiawa police station. Now, the video itself is graphic and may be disturbing to some viewers. We've blurred out the faces of those involved due to their ages. Video of the recent assault showed the victim getting hit and bullied as she's surrounded by at least 4 others and the person behind the camera. The victim's family confirming to Hawaii News Now she is 21 years old and has special needs. The assault worsens as she's on the ground and gets kicked and punched in the head, unable to fight back.
What? Now what are you gonna do?
After the video was posted, it incited anger among Lelehua students and families who started looking for the attackers while live streaming.
If you guys want to stop bullying in Hawaii, you guys want a better community, this is what you guys got to do. You guys got to come out and start smashing these kids that's picking on kids.
At one point, 11,000 people were watching it unfold on social media.
Sis, if you do follow us, can you just come outside and get escaped real quick so we can all go home and you can live peacefully?
Honolulu police confirmed the arrest of 3 juveniles in connection with the attack, a 13-year-old boy and 2 girls ages 14 and 16. An 18-year-old woman was also arrested. Lelehua High School administrators sent out this letter saying it was an off-campus assault involving 1 or more of their students, and they are cooperating with the police investigation. One mother of some who were arrested was too distraught to go on camera, but offered this apology.
I just wanted to apologize to the family of the girl that got hurt in that video. And it didn't mean for it to go this far. But I apologize for my children's actions. And I hope that you guys can forgive my kids.
Other Lelehua students, angered over the violence, hope the suspects regret their decision, and this puts an end to the bullying.
It's not right. We're not bullies ourselves. You shouldn't bully nobody else, especially someone that can't stand up for themselves.
Charges are pending for those arrested. Dylan Ancheta, Hawaii News Now.
To Washington, a suspect is in custody at this time after 2 Israeli embassy employees were gunned down in our nation's capital last night. Now, the victims, a young couple who are about to get engaged. Erica Brown has the latest.
Law enforcement officials combed through the scene of Wednesday night's deadly shooting outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C.
They are working tirelessly to make sure this investigation goes proper. It is. Everyone is working together.
The Israeli Foreign Ministry identified the victims as embassy staff workers Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram. Israel's ambassador to the U.S. says the couple was about to become engaged.
Yaron bought an engagement ring this week. He was taking his soon-to-be bride to meet his parents, who live just outside of Jerusalem.
Milgram was from Kansas and Lashinsky was an Israeli citizen. Police say the couple was gunned down leaving an event at the museum, which attendees say included a discussion about helping to get aid into Gaza. Police identified the suspect as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago. Video shows the suspect chanting "Free Palestine" while he was being taken into custody.
One of my friends asked him, "Can I get you some water? Are you okay?"
Katie Kalisher recorded the video. She says he entered the museum after the shooting, and she described when the group later realized who he was.
He reaches into his bag and he pulls out a keffiyeh and he says, "I did it. I did it for Gaza."
The White House said President Trump spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about the attack.
President Trump is saddened and outraged over the brutal murder of 2 Israeli embassy staff here in Washington, D.C. last night.
Law enforcement in Chicago searched the property connected to the alleged shooter. Attorney General Pam Bondi says it's an ongoing investigation, but so far it appears he acted alone. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Meanwhile, President Trump said the one big, beautiful budget bill, which passed the House early this morning, may be, quote, the most significant legislation in the history of our country, end quote. Now, it includes many of the priorities he campaigned on, but as Bradley Blackburn explains, there's still a lot of work to do before Mr. Trump can sign it into law.
The House debated through the night before narrowly passing President Trump's budget bill early Thursday morning.
On this vote, the yeas are 215, the nays are 214, with one answering present. The bill is passed.
It took weeks of negotiations, including pressure from the president himself to get it over the line.
It was not easy to get to where we were this morning. A long series of late nights in this week, and ultimately the president closed it out.
The bill makes permanent Trump's 2017 tax cuts, which were set to expire next year. It also cuts taxes on tips and overtime. It increases spending on the military and border security. To pay for all of that, it cuts spending on food stamps and slashes nearly $700 billion from federal funding for Medicaid, which the Congressional Budget Office says would lead to nearly 8 million people losing health coverage.
What we've seen is the largest cut to Medicaid in American history.
The House version of the bill now heads to the Senate, where several Republicans aren't sold.
The Senate will basically write its own version of this bill, and I just want to make sure that there are no Medicaid benefit cuts. I'm concerned about some of what the House has done on rural hospitals, essentially, the hospital tax.
House leaders warned their Senate colleagues not to go too far.
Think of this as a one-team effort, as we have. And to modify this as little as possible.
Republicans are hoping to get the bill to President Trump to sign by the 4th of July. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Hawaii health officials say whooping cough cases are on the rise. The health department reports 108 cases this year compared to 84 cases in all of last year. The highly contagious bacterial infection is spread through coughs and sneezes. Now, the DOH says the best way to prevent the disease is through vaccinations, and early antibiotic treatment can shorten the illness. Meanwhile, some good news. Health officials say there were no noted community spread of the measles after 2 cases were confirmed here last month. Well, let's take you live now to Kilauea, which is not currently erupting, but stay tuned because USGS officials tell us they expect it to get going here sometime today or tomorrow, and that would be the 23rd episode of the eruption, which originally started back in December.
Thank you very much. Happy Aloha Thursday to you. Here's what we're tracking for you. First of all, today and tomorrow there's a possibility of a few downpours, isolated thunderstorms, mostly for Kauai and Oahu because they're the closest ones to an upper level low. Also, coming up this weekend, less rain, windward and Mauka showers. In other words, trade wind weather. It's going to be a nice weekend for you. Small surf on all the facing shores. Here is your day today.
Thank you, Billy. ACLU Hawaii is thinking about suing the Honolulu Police Department after data shows dozens of sober drivers are being arrested for DUI each year. An update to an H&N Investigates report ahead on This Is Now. Plus, a blessing for a new bridge over busy Ala Moana Boulevard, how the project will help keep pedestrians safe in 2 minutes. H&N investigates the Honolulu Police Department's record of arresting sober drivers for DUI. The ACLU of Hawaii is now considering legal action. Chief investigative reporter Lynn Quano has new developments on this story she's been tracking for the past 2 years.
Hello, hi. The reason I pulled you over, your taillights weren't on.
Sarah Popinga was pulled over in the Ward area on June 15, 2023.
Strong odor coming from the vehicle, 2 females in the car.
A second officer on scene asks the 26-year-old if she wants to take a field sobriety test.
No, it is optional. You're going to pass on that? Okay.
Seconds later, Popinga is ordered out of the car and arrested. Popinga says she was confused by the instructions and asks if she can take the test to avoid going to jail.
So you can just face the car, please, and put your hands on your back. Is there anything that you want? Can I take it?
You can't take it now. You can't renegotiate on the answer after you've already passed on wanting to do it.
They took me into the station where I was allowed to breathalyze, and I blew 0.000. And yeah, I didn't have any alcohol in my system.
Taillights off, and that was it, right? There has to be other evidence that you don't have the ability to drive safely on the road, right? And so I think this is a very concerning trend.
The American Civil Liberties Union Hawaii sent another letter about the issue to HPD this week, citing a lack of probable cause and due process on multiple arrests, including another in November 2023. Amen Fepuliai was the first car to go through a DUI checkpoint in Waipio.
Go as hard as you can.
The officer said he smelled alcohol, and despite Fepuliai blowing zeros at the scene, he was arrested for being under the influence.
Okay, put your hands behind your back, okay?
And in January last year, this high school senior was pulled over after his tires slipped on rain-covered roads. He also blew zeros at the station.
The fact of arrest alone caused irreversible consequences for some people that we've spoken to.
An H&N investigation showed 69 arrests between 2022 and 2023 where the driver had breath or blood test results of 0. And new numbers from HPD show 58 such arrests in 2024 alone. ACLU Hawaii says this shows the department is not taking the concerns seriously.
I was pretty scared, pretty terrified. I definitely feel like a little more anxious driving.
ACLU Hawaii is giving HPD 1 week to respond to the letter demanding change. I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Lynn. And we did reach out to HPD to ask about the ACLU letter. We are waiting back for a response. Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi will be in Salt Lake tonight to talk with area residents and discuss upcoming projects in their neighborhood. He's continuing his town hall series at Radford High School at 6:30 p.m. tonight. Now, residents from Kalihi, Chinatown, and the downtown areas are also invited to attend. After 3 years of construction, the pedestrian bridge on Ala Moana Boulevard is opening. A dedication and blessing ceremony took place earlier this morning. The bridge crosses over 6 lanes of traffic at the Ward, Kamake'e, and Ala Moana intersections, connecting the Kaka'ako community to Ala Moana Beach Park and the Kewalo Basin. It was built under a private-public partnership with Victoria Ward Unlimited, and the state got a $20 million build grant for the construction. Well, here's a live look outside with our tower cam. Billy V is going to have your full forecast in 2 minutes.
Alert weather with Billy V.
Thank you very much. All right, here we go. Let's give you your full forecast for your first alert weather. We're going to start with the surf. Pretty small, pretty nice, depending on, you know, if you got the little ones, you want to go out to maybe the North Shore. Flat to 2 there, 1 to 3 over on the west side, and 2 to 4 over in the town spots. Notice we got the box jellyfish, so just kind of a reminder, check with the lifeguards. Low probability today, but still yet. East side's 3 to 5. That's going to be a trade wind swell as the winds stay up. Then, of course, they'll be choppy out there. The conditions. UV index is at 11. Let's get more into your forecast. First of all, today and tomorrow, there's the possibility of some thunderstorms and isolated showers. It could be heavy at times. This is going to be for the western side of the state. So that's going to be Kauai and Oahu. There's an upper level low disturbance, and so we're the ones that are closest to it. Everybody else should see mostly sunny to partly sunny skies today. So once again, as we get up in the morning here, we can see, you know, a lot of sunshine, but here we are at noon. We're going to expect, as we go through the afternoon here, possibility of some thunderstorms. You might hear a few rumbles here and there, especially in the afternoon hours. So just kind of a heads up there. Now, as we go to the 7-day forecast, as we mentioned, today and tomorrow, I've got a little bit of a caution on today because, once again, this could change what you're doing over on Kauai and Oahu because of the possibility of some isolated thunderstorms. Once we get into the weekend, your Memorial Day weekend, holiday weekend. It's going to be really nice conditions. We'll get a little bit more drier weather here Saturday and Sunday as that disturbance pulls away, and then of course Monday and we go into next week. Really nice trade wind weather. Those winds will be about 15 to 25 miles per hour. So enjoy your first alert 7-day forecast for you here on Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Billy. Well, scientists are finding Nemo is getting smaller. New research reveals clownfish are shrinking to cope with the world's rising sea temperatures. Tina Kraus has more.
In the warming waters of the South Pacific, the same striped swimmers that stole hearts on screen are making a smaller appearance in real life. Researchers say Nemo has adopted an innovative shrinking strategy to survive the ocean's heat.
This shrinking was very surprising, so we kept following them through what turned out to be a really big heat stress event.
The study found clownfish living on coral reefs slimmed down drastically when ocean temperatures soared in 2023. A clever way to cope with heat, as smaller fish use less energy, need less food, and breathe better when oxygen dips. Scientists say it helped reduce social conflict, too.
For anemone fish, for Nemos, the social environment is really important. We looked at these breeding pairs, so the male and the female together, and what we found is that it's really important for them to coordinate what they're doing with their size to be successful.
The research revealed clownfish didn't just lose weight, but got a bit shorter, too. And it wasn't just a one-off. 75% of them shrunk at least once during the heat wave. Some fish managed to grow again when conditions improved. Scientists say the unexpected turn for Nemo could open a new chapter in understanding the shrinking sizes of other fish across the world's oceans. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
When we come back, a Moanalua High School senior is surprised with free tuition at UH Manoa. We'll introduce you to the winner of the annual Take Me to Manoa contest in 2 minutes. Well, they say the show must go on, and it did, for a news anchor who went into labor just before her newscast yesterday morning.
We do have some breaking news this morning, literally.
Yes.
Olivia's water has broke.
That's
and
right.
she is anchoring the news now in active labor. Early labor.
Oh my goodness. WRGV morning show anchor Olivia Jaquip told her co-anchor that her water broke shortly before the newscast, but that breaking news didn't stop her from delivering the news. No word yet on the delivery of her baby boy. Well, a special surprise at Moanalua High School as a senior found out she won a free year of tuition at UH Manoa. Casey Lund was there and he made the big announcement.
Definitely an exciting time of year at any high school, but a certainly special morning right here at Moanalua High School as we made the announcement. Maya Sugimoto, the winner of the Take Me to Manoa scholarship. A free year of tuition to the University of Hawaii at Manoa, thanks to UH Federal Credit Union. And that person, I don't want to delay it anymore, is a special senior here with us today. Maya Sugimoto, can you make some noise for Maya?
It's hard to put a price tag on a quality education, but with UH Manoa's in-state tuition right around the national average at just over $12,000, this gift is a huge help to Maya and her family.
It's been a long journey in high school, but honestly, everything's been so fun, and yeah, just getting this award means a lot to me.
Of course, she said she wouldn't be where she is today without the support of her teachers here at Moanalua High School and her parents, Kevin and Laura.
I'd like to thank my teachers, my parents, and my friends for always supporting me. I recently got into graphics and film, so just doing this competition was like really fun for me. Yeah, it was a really good experience.
Super proud of her. She's always been a creative girl, always pushing the limits. And thanks to our teachers and staff here at Moanalua High School, she's grown so much throughout the years.
We're so grateful for all of this, for the whole experience, and so very proud of her as well.
She wants to take her talents in digital artistry as far as she can, but ultimately, she says, she wants to stay right here in Hawaii.
Planning to stay here actually, just because of the scenery and stuff. It all inspires my art. Recently, I've done a lot of artworks of native birds, trees, plants, stuff like that, because it's just wonderful living here in Hawaii.
If you want more information about the Take Me to Manoa scholarship from UH Federal Credit Union, how to get your student in the application process for next year, you can find all those details at hawaiinewsnow.com. Reporting at Moanalua High School, I'm Casey Lund for Hawaii News Now.
Thank you so much, Case, and congratulations to Maya, and go Bows. All right, thanks for watching This Is Now, everybody. Stay tuned. More headlines first at 4 right here on KHNL. Aloha.